is magic in the mundane, bliss in the banal. The day is your dharma. I'm your host, Amaryllis, Ayurvedic health counselor, yogini, and Akashic Records reader, and this is your life altered. Hello, Starseeds. Welcome back, and I hope that the past couple of weeks have served you well and that you've been connecting and honoring ancestors, known and unknown. So for today, we're going to be talking about starseed humanness and the challenges that starseeds face as they're here. And it's really just an introduction about, well, what is this? What is that really big fundamental challenge? And future episodes will be talking more about strategies and working with this. So that's coming up in a moment. But first, I just wanted to say I am releasing altered elixirs. I've been working on these for maybe a couple of months now. It's surprising how many things have to come together to make these. So I'm making 3. For sure, the first one's going to be coming out in a few days, and hopefully the next 2 follow shortly after that. I'm working on the labels for them. So these are elixirs. They are created by me lovingly with Reiki and water that is charged under the light of the full moon. I've got a special blend for each of the 3 recipes that have crystals and flower essences, as well as some beautiful things like gold and ruby and yellow sapphire. So these are intentionally made for starseeds and the unique challenges that are facing starseeds. So the first one that's going to be coming out is called 3D to 5D connection, and it has moldavite, labradorite, 24 karat gold. Gold is one of the most sattvic substances out there. It is highly recommended for all. Gold, there's a reason that you see gold so beloved on this planet. I also include an essential oil with every single one of them. So this one has cardamom, yummy, as well as Andean orchid. It's a beautiful blend, and this one in particular is meant to support your human experience as well as the connection with your cosmic self. And it's high vibration. This is meant to be a support for you living your day here on the planet, as well as connecting to the ethers, right? It's both for us as starseeds. You're grounding and ascending. And so you've probably heard a lot about 3D to 5D. 3D isn't bad. We're here on this planet, we're humans, so we're not rejecting the 3D, and we're not trying to get to 5D. It's that we want that blend and that balance and being able to navigate this world, honoring the 3D, but also living with that vibrational quality of 5D. So this one is 3D to 5D connection. The other 2 that I have coming out are doing my Dharma, which is really meant to be activating. It's a little bit more fire, so that once you have the clarity, you can move it out into the world. And then there's also grounding the cosmos for those that feel especially out there and like 6th, 7th chakra, super open, super in the ethers. Hey, come down to the planet and land it here. Not, again, because you're rejecting the ethers and those qualities, that natural openness that you have, but because we have to have both. And if it's out of balance and there's too much of the openness and the higher chakras, then let's also get a balance going with the root chakra, with grounding down to the earth. I'm super excited about these. It's been a process for sure, because I've never actually created something physical. I've created programs and I taught yoga and, done coaching and Akashic Record readings, but this is something that I was telling a friend, I have had to cultivate the patience that it's slower, right? It doesn't come through like when you open the Akashic Records. There's all these pieces, not just all the different ingredients to create the elixir, but then to bottle it, and then to label it, and then to package it, and then to ship it and protect it while it's being shipped, and the labeling for being shipped, and just all these different pieces of physical products that I'm not used to working with. So it's been for sure a learning experience, and one that I've had fun with, but also had to cultivate that patience with. That this is all just part of the process, that everybody that creates anything that is a physical, hard good, this is just what you have to do. It's not just in your head. It's just not a message that's coming through. It's not just a vibration. So I'm proud of myself regardless. And I know that these are really going to help starseeds that are here on this planet and earthbound. So stay tuned on my website, www.amaryllisfernandez.com, or on my Instagram handle, Amaryllis_Fernandez. You'll find information about it when it gets released and links to buy and support. I deeply appreciate it. Spread the word, purchase one, maybe even as a gift for somebody that you know who identifies as a starseed, because the holidays are right around the corner. So you can get all the information. I have the links in the podcast show notes, so look below, and I'll also have links on my website and through Instagram. Now to the starseeds. You are here, and if you don't know what I'm speaking about when I say starseeds, by all means go back and listen to episode 16, where I talk about starseeds on the planet and are you one? For the starseeds, you've come here for a reason. You've come here for a purpose. And a lot of starseeds identify as a light worker or a light warrior. You're really here for activation of a higher consciousness on this planet. You're not just here to do the run-of-the-mill, day-to-day thing, although that always is going to be a part of your existence because you are a human. You're not at that level of consciousness of just this is all there is, it's just the day-to-day. You are here as a soul from another planet, another place, another galaxy, another dimension. You come from a place, a home, a soul home that is very different than Earth. And I've heard it in several different places now that being a human, incarnating as a human, is a very special thing, and it's a highly, highly coveted incarnation, not to be taken for granted. You being here is extraordinarily special. But of course, you have this soul home and this remembrance, but then you get born onto this planet and into this density. And just as with anybody else, there's a forgetting. You forget. You forget who you are and from where you've come. Although I will say a lot of the starseeds that are being born now, they're probably remembering. But if you're listening to this as an adult, you might have, but chances are you got born here. Your parents had no idea really who you were, what you were about. You were different. They didn't know what to do with you. And the usual, because all of us have it, everybody, not just starseeds, have the human traumas through childhood, teenagehood, adulthood. We're dealing with the stuff. But on top of that, starseeds have extra challenges, which is there's no home. You feel like you don't know where your home is, or that where you are, no matter how good it was, isn't really your home. There's that feeling of not belonging, that this isn't quite where you fit in. You don't get humanity or society or religion or a lot of the constructs of this 3D realm, this planet. And so because of these feelings that I don't belong, this isn't my home, like what is this place? I don't get it. You don't want to be here. You have this undercurrent throughout your existence of, I don't understand this place and I don't want to be here. And if you exist with this, unknowingly, you live this life that's out of body and dissociated and disconnected. It's like you have one foot in this world and one foot in another, but you don't quite know where that is, that other is. And maybe you're trying to find that somewhere else. You're wanting to be somewhere else, but not here. And maybe even that takes a physical root and you're always roaming on the planet trying to find your home. Like, where is that place that I can call home? Because it's not here. So a lot of the challenges are that you're not fully living here in this incarnation, in this body, as this person, as this human, in this earth home. There's a word that I discovered several months ago. It's a Welsh word and it's called herein, which is a homesickness for a home that you cannot return to, or perhaps that never was. And a lot of starseeds understand this at a soul level. They get this kind of a homesickness. So here you are, this incredible soul with a purpose and a mission on this planet. You got born here, all the stuff happened, and here you are in this density and with the traumas and with this weird, strange homesickness that you don't understand. And, with all of that kind of angst and with all the traumas, then also it becomes physical issues so that you aren't grounded. You're living your life ungrounded, and perhaps you don't even want to ground because you kind of like that feeling of being like off in the ethers. So you don't want to ground because you don't want to be here. You don't know how to be here. You're rejecting being here. And a lot of physical issues come with that. And in studying Ayurveda, I learned about a lot of those. And then lo and behold, down the road, I finally learned about starseeds and it all clicked and made sense. So there are issues. There are challenges that starseeds have. And ultimately, there's this attitude, I'm done with this planet. I don't want to be here. I have seen a lot of memes that have been coming through on my social feeds that talk about this, about being over this earth life, that you're not coming back to this planet, that you're done with this planet. And while very funny, also very relatable, I get it. It also means that we're in this place of complaining about and taking for granted this human life that is so highly, highly, highly coveted and so special, because not every soul gets to come here as a human. It is so very special. Think about everything else on the planet. What other living beings have the choice that we do, have the freedom, and can evolve as we do? Most other incarnations, they're just doing their thing. It's already laid out for them. There are very strict boundaries. And yet here we are as humans with this extraordinary potential and a really exceptional freedom that we have. And you might not feel that you're very free, but we are. A lot of the time, it's the mind that is so limited, and it's not necessarily true. We are humans, and it is so special. And yet here we are in the midst of the complaining and the taking for granted and the wanting to be somewhere else, to not be here because we don't understand it and we don't get it. And so unless and until we wake up to that fact, we're missing the opportunity. We're missing out on why we came. We came here for a reason. We actually came here for a reason. And little asterisk here, that doesn't necessarily mean it's your job. Your reason for being on this planet does not have to be your job. It's a big thing right now, so I just want to put that in there. So in order to shift that narrative, I want to say now to all of the starseeds, yes, I understand that you've forgotten. Yes, I understand the ordinary traumas that we all undergo and maybe the extraordinary traumas that you've endured, and I'm sorry. And we didn't just get put here on the planet. We didn't just incarnate here on the planet because somebody else decided it. You chose it. You chose, your soul chose to be here. Your soul wanted to be here. Your soul wanted this life and this lifetime, and especially this lifetime right now in the unheard of transition that we're going through on the planet. You wanted this, you chose this, and nobody else chose it for you. Nobody else decided for you. Nothing else decided this for you. You didn't just get put here. It didn't just happen. It was wanted and desired, asked for, and maybe even begged for. If nothing else, let this message, this podcast, be an activation, the vibration, the sound current to your subtle body and cells to say that even if you don't remember, even if your mind doesn't remember, a part of you does. Deep within and your soul, it does remember that I chose to be here. I wanted to be here. I needed to be on this planet. And during this time, I fought and advocated to be here and on this planet. I did that. I wanted it. I chose it because I knew how special being a human is and would be for me in my personal evolution, and what I could come to the planet to do, to activate, to heal. I knew that I would forget. I knew that I would lose my way. I knew that I would have to find my way back. I know that this isn't my soul home. I feel it. I feel it daily. This isn't my soul home. And I recognize that because I forgot, and that because I know that this isn't my soul home, that I've been disconnecting and dissociating, bemoaning this existence and wanting to leave, not wanting to be here. But now I remember, and I activate that at a cellular level. I remember that I wanted this and that I am not a victim. I chose this. I had the free will. And as a human being, now I have the free will to choose. All throughout the day, it is the great gift of being a human. I chose this lifetime. I chose to come to Earth. I came here as a starseed knowing what Earth would be, knowing the polarity of the planet. I came here with a purpose, and I activate that purpose, whether my mind remembers it right now or not. I activate it in my body, and I step into my power as a human being here, knowing that I'm not a victim. I take responsibility for my lived experience here as a human being. I take responsibility for my daily actions, knowing that I can be here and navigate this globe, this 3D life, with purpose and power, because I'm a starseed and I came here with so much to offer, gifts to bring into the world through my human existence. I will be at home here. I will be at home as a human here. I will learn to love the earth realm, the three-dimensional. I will accept this body and this form and its limitations as a human and the polarity. I can have fun here on this planet. I can have fun with it because there are so many things that I can do here that don't exist where I'm from. It is a uniquely human experience, and I choose to enjoy it while I'm here. I choose to come home into my body, into my lived experience on earth, because it is what I wanted and it is what I chose. And this friction that I felt within me for so long is not because something is wrong, but because I haven't really accepted what I wanted. I have rejected the whole reason I came, which is to be here as a human in this lifetime, to share my gifts with my soul mission, with my purpose. I've rejected it and wanted to be somewhere else. I've forgotten it and thought that I needed to be somewhere else. I haven't known how to truly live and land on this earth plane. And now I remember, I wanted to be here. I wanted so deeply in my heart and soul to come here and be here. And I accept that. And I will have fun as a human. I will embrace the human experiences, the full throttle of emotions, from rage to grief, to laughter, to ecstasy. I don't need to be somewhere else. I need to be here. I need to come home to my human. I need to come home to my human. I will come home as a human for this brief bit of time on this planet. Now, knowing this and accepting this and embracing this, I become a healthier and happier human, because I can tap into the potentiality of what I am as a starseed, as a soul that has come here, because now I'm able to activate my purpose, my gifts, my mission. I remember that I wanted to be here, that I am not a victim and got placed here. This was no punishment. It was a gift that was highly coveted and cherished. And I was blessed to come here, and it's what I wanted. I am a starseed having this human experience, and I will live it to its fullest now that I've come home into this human. Remember that spirit guides but never decides. How will you choose this hour, this day, this week at the altar of your life? Thank you so much for listening. If you feel called, subscribe to the podcast, leave a review, and share it. Also, connect with me and discover more on Instagram at Amaryllis_Fernandez. Until next time.